Okay, today's lesson I want to cover indoor behavior and some walking technique maybe, but as far as that goes, the house etiquette and yard etiquette are probably most important things right now. All behavior is the word no. At the same time, you tap the side button on the nick. If you look at your toggle switch on the front, you'll see an N and a C. We're going to leave it at the N at first. Start out. If she's chewing on toes, hands, feet, I want you to go ahead and hit a triple nick. So you're going to hit it 3 times and say no. The nicks. So no matter how long you hold it down, it only lasts 1/400th of a second on the nicks. If she ignores that, flip the switch down to continuous there on the toggle switch, and then hit the side button just 1001 and let up on the gray button. Ignore the orange buttons right now. That's for a separate dog. If you had 2 dogs, you could run both dogs off one remote.
No.
But
yeah, she's trying to get through the barrier.
Go ahead and hit the triple nick. Say no. There you go. That's good. Yeah, and then you can tap the continuous if she tries it again. There you go. Beautiful.
Good dog.
Nice result, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right, and keeps her nice and happy, and you're able to correct her at a distance where she doesn't shift into that gremlin look. Okay. So where's you're going now? The Griffons and Droth hairs are very misunderstood, and not many people can own them because of that, because they're not willing to adapt to the training approach that works for them. Some people like the WWF method, and wrong dog for that method. So when people get physical with them, they'll let you know body pierce you pretty good. So this one here, you want to correct at a distance and keep a soft voice. Your voice will come down about 3 days. Now I want to keep her under the law, not grace, for the first 30 days on behavior issues. So what that means is if she's doing something, you're going to triple nick and say no at first, the same time the action's happening. There's no second chances for the first month. The second month, you can extend grace to the dog and say no first verbally, and if she doesn't abide, then you can start the ramping up process. And you'll get to hear a little whining right now and anxiousness because she's having to control herself, and that's not easy. She'd much rather be plowing through that red thing over there. Okay.
But the good thing is she stopped.
Right. Right, and then when you give her the words of affirmation like good girl and all the praise she just gave her, she knows that's what you want. You know, she's going through. If you unplug the emotions, it'll go a lot faster. It's hard, though. Take you a few days to get it out of there. Now, what I don't want you to use a collar for at all the first 30 days. Don't use it to enforce obedience commands inside the house or yard yet. And that would be like heel, sit, stay, down, and come. You can say those things, but don't shock her for those things yet. Just your retreat for coming and that kind of stuff right now, kibble of food. But don't enforce any of that with the electric collar just yet. I want all the house etiquette and behavior addressed. Outdoor behavior would be eating plants, chewing mulch, digging holes, eating feces, that kind of thing. Just zip it right through the window if you see her doing it. Don't bother going out and saying no. She'll get right out of the hole. Her adrenaline will be much higher out there because of the smells in the air, so you might want to just tap the continuous and get her out of the hole if she's doing something out there. If the kids are out with her and she's jumping up, grabbing their clothing and stuff, hit it from in here and she'll get off of them if they're playing. I don't mind the kids roughing her up in wrestling. It's just when it gets to the point where they're like, hey, get that dog, that's your cue to intervene. You don't wait at that point. And if her adrenaline's up, you can triple nick first, say no, and then ramp it up as you need to. You can go 1 continuous, 2, 3. And if 3 doesn't get it, dial your power up 4 or 5 more levels and then repeat the process. Okay. It's got a range of 5 football fields again, so it can go through doors, windows. You don't have to be right on top of her. I prefer you don't. Greeting people at the front door. If someone comes in and you do have her go with you, or she comes here, if the person calls the dog up, I wouldn't correct her. They want the dog up. What I do is if no one invites her up and she jumps on them, go ahead and triple nick or single continuous, say no, and get her off of them. If she starts to get more upbeat and hyped up as the doorbell rings, and it probably will in the next few weeks, but what I do is I preamp, so I'll give a couple, 2 nicks on the way. When the doorbell rings and she runs to the fence, I'll hit it twice and say no, and then open the door and let the people in, and that'll hone her down just a bit if she's greeting the people. Now, begging for food or hovering or helicopter dog, if you're eating and she's right up here, calling at you, give me some, go ahead and tap that thing, triple nick, say no, make her go pout and go away. Now, don't go rescue her, go let her deal with it, and then when you come back, she might try it again, you have to get her again, but she won't try it a 3rd time usually. But clean up all the house etiquette, counter surfing, she's not big enough to get up on the counters right now, and that's all right. If you see her chewing the Orvis bed, just click her and say no, and she's got plenty of toys in there I think she can have, so that's not a big issue. wood clacking the same way. I want you to charge the collar every night like a cell phone and the handheld, and don't take the collar off in the evening, but take it off when you go to bed. Okay, so in the morning when you get up, unplug both components. There's a blue display button on the handheld. It'll be a blank screen when you take it off the charger. Hold the blue screen down 2 seconds and you'll see it come on, and the font will come on, and the green light will blink in the top left corner. At that point, touch the 2 red dots, one on the back of the remote and one on the back of the collar together. When you see the green light appear on the side of the collar, separate the components and it should start blinking every 2 to 5 seconds to let you know it's activated. At this point, you're ready to put it on the dog's neck and go to work. I do want the collar on at the crack of dawn when you first get up, and take it off when you go to bed at night. And 2 reasons. I don't want her afraid of it. I want it to become normal apparel. And the other reason is she's accountable. If she's doing something, we can reach out and touch someone if we have to. Collar's waterproof. Both pieces are handheld submergible, so I'm not worried about the elements doing anything to it. After the fact stuff, if you come in and find something chewed up, I want you to walk over real calmly and just show this fuzz on the floor or whatever's there, wood on the chips. Just say, hey, did you do that? Real calm voice, and she'll be like, oh, man. Okay, as soon as she takes any ownership, turn your back to her, give her a triple nick, then clean it up. Okay, if it's the same infraction twice, she may have to go out. I think it's just a pee-pee or poo-poo. And you should be in great shape.
Good girl.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead, guys. Mom will watch you from in here. You're fine. The obedience, again, just take her on the leash and let her go down the street 50, 80 yards down, back. Get her confident pulling right now. Socializing is real key. Lowe's or Home Depot are excellent places to desensitize her to all those noises and stuff. She'll be real scared the first couple times you go in there. 15 minutes is plenty of time. Take her and go home after that. Once a week would be very adequate. If you're going to hunt her, Black Wing up there, once we do the long line training, the first lesson, I'll have you take her out and do the training in the parking lot while they're firing the shotguns on the outdoor range. That's close enough. That'll get her desensitized to that. But overall, real good. Don't see any red flags. Get a good vet, though. Chip Taylor Jr. and Wedgwood Healthy Pets or Tom Beckett at VCA's. Either one would be very adequate. All right. Good job and God bless. Keep Jesus first. Things go smooth. 614-595-2406.